Hi, it's Jessi, and I'm gonna read Malazan. I made a joke in my Stormlight vlogs, blogs, whatever, that diaries, that's what I called them, that if you guys would be interested in watching me and my thoughts while I read Malazan, I would post them. And nobody responded to that, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I think it's really fun, and for something that is as complicated as I've heard Malazan is, this might actually help me sort out my thoughts. I don't know how frequently I will update or how frequently I will post these because I have no idea what the structure is here. I don't know anything except I think there are undead dinosaurs with swords for arms. That's all I know about Malazan. So, I don't know what I'm getting into here, but you guys are along for the ride.
Hi. Alright, I just finished chapter 1 of Gardens of the Moon. I promise I won't update every chapter, and this will be a short one. I just kind of want to get initial thoughts out of the way, and those initial thoughts are, I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I know some stuff. I think I generally get Perrin's plot. Although this whole people having multiple names thing is going to give me a headache. Beyond that, though, I don't really know what is happening. It seems like there is an empire now, but it's a relatively recent empire. People still kind of resent that. There might be necromancy. And there's some weird plot afoot, and Perrin's gonna be in charge or part of the effort in figuring out what's going on with that, and in the meantime, they're kind of hiding him. Not literally, but like kind of just burying any interest people might have in him. I think there's somebody named Sorry. I'm just gonna vibe through this book, so I don't know how many thoughts I'm really gonna have. My one prediction that I have, and it's outlandish, is that the commander guy really is Perrin Diomedes, whatever his name is. Whatever his name is. I think that's actually his father, and that he's not actually a member of this royal house, or if he is, he's a bastard. That's it. That's my one prediction. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe because it's broken into these like books, I'll update you at the end of the books, and I'll just kind of go off of length of video. I'm going to try to keep these to less than 20 minutes. And so wherever it clocks in, that's where I'll split it. Anyway, see you next time.
I am about to get ready for bed, but quickly before I do, I finished chapter 3 of Gardens of the Moon today. So what I think is going on here, and please tell me if I'm totally off, there is whatever that little girl was. She was like possessed by that old lady, but then also captured by those people. Very confused by that. But either way, she's sorry now, right? And she signed up with the bridge burners, and now she is trying to kill them. But I think it's as a setup to get the empire to tear itself apart from the inside, because now like they're all arguing over who set the bridge burners up. And I think that was part of with it's a name I really like. What's her name? The lady with the tarot cards, with the cards. She wants revenge because somebody died. The one that sounded like, I honestly thought it was a horse because it sounded like a horse's name. Night something. And Perrin was sent there to investigate on behalf of the Empress. But now might be dead because Sorry stabbed him. I think that sums up what's happening. I know it's probably a little more complicated than that, but that's like the gist of what it is, which is that like Sorry is killing off the bridge burners to sow dissent in the Empire, I think. Other than like the plot stuff, The writing style is interesting. It might be more the narrator of the audiobook than anything, but it's kind of reminding me of First Law in style. more than anything, which I like. Let's see, what else is there for some thoughts. The names are really cool. I really like the names. Well, whether or not I can remember them, like Whiskey Jack, cool name. That's part of it too. Is the bridge burner is like the crew has very similar names to the Northmen, like style names to the Northmen, and I think that's why it's doing it. But I like the names. I could do without the characters having multiple names. Not a fan of that. It just makes things more confusing unnecessarily, in my opinion. So there's that. Anything else? I don't like how long the chapters are, especially when I'm doing something like this, where like I'm like, okay, I want to update. Here's my thoughts, and then I'm like, well, let me wait till the chapter's done, and then it's another hour before I finish the chapter. Yeah, so I'm intrigued, and I'm at least glad I picked it up. That's where I'm at right now, but I'm not totally gripped in it, and I'm at a point where I'm reading more because I want to understand what's going on than because I actually am interested in what's going on, if that makes sense. It's more intrigue than interest. Yeah, I think that about covers it. There's a lot I don't understand what's going on, but I think I've got the gist, so I might have to start taking notes, but I'm hoping to avoid that because that's too much work for something I do for fun as a hobby. Right.
I was gonna record this and then I started eating a cookie, so you're just gonna have to deal with watching me eat a cookie while I talk, which is really nothing new. Anyway, I am partially through chapter 6. I'm not sure how far. Maybe like a third of the way through chapter 6, because again, these chapters are massive. Not only are the chapters massive, but also like the paragraphs within the chapters are so large. Like, why? Give me a break. Anyway, and so I'm into book 2 now, and mildly frustrated that I was like, yeah, I'm really getting things. I know where the story's going, and then he completely changed it. It's rude. Although I am actually so far enjoying book 2 more than I was book 1. I think I don't know, it's more fun. But we'll see as it goes. Because we have like assassins and thieves, and it's just kind of cool. And clearly some like divine intervention happening in there too. Anything else? We'll see how this continues going. How this keeps going. But it kind of feels like when you build a puzzle, at least when I build a puzzle, like I pick like a pattern or a color and I like build a chunk and like go from there until I get like really frustrated or bored of working on that area, and then I jump to another area with a different pattern. And that's what this feels like to a certain extent, where it's like, just as this picture is getting clear, we're going over here. But I'm gonna keep trucking with that. Probably one more update before the end, and then I think I will probably upload these every 2 books within the novels, just to keep them. I'd rather have a lot of short videos. I think those will do better than long ones. That's enough talking about it. I will see you guys soon. Alright, I finished book 2 of Gardens of the Moon, so it's time to wrap this up. Some final thoughts. The names are starting to get confusing. If you've noticed, I haven't been using them much. There's a lot of very similar game names, and when I brought this up in the Discord in Ridima's Discord server, the response I got was, yeah, that's on purpose. Part of what put me off of reading Malazan for so long was all of the like, this is so confusing and weird. And it just seems like the author is intentionally making it hard to understand, and I just don't get it. Like, why? What do you get out of that? But, it's not turning me away, so I guess it's not that bad. Let's see.
There was, let's see, there feels like there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, one of the other discussions we had was the style of Malazan and how similar it is to the Dandelion Empire series by Ken Liu. What is the first book called? I can't think of it now. I've only read the first book. I had a vlog where a librarian recommended it to me and I read it. But it has a very similar style in which, like, the prose, it's very much a bird's eye view of everything. It's almost like written like a history book, but every once in a while you get this sharp focus on certain elements, and I found that very interesting and unique in Grace of Kings, But I don't know how well it's working for me in Malazan. I'm not sure yet. I kind of gotta see how it plays out, because so far it's like, it's less like we're getting a bird's eye view and more like we're getting scatter shot of random bits. And I'm sure eventually it'll all come together in a beautiful puzzle, but like right now I'm just like, you know? Anything else? No, I would normally make predictions at this point, but I assume it's going to drastically change perspective again next part, so I don't even know what to predict. Randomly gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that at most there will be 6 different storylines in here, but that seems insane because I think there's 12 books. So what I'm thinking is, like, you have to do at least 2 books per storyline, right? More realistically, I think it'll be 5 or less, so that, like, you can have them all hopefully unite by the end. So you would want to have a couple books at the end where they're interacting with each other, maybe. More realistically, I think it's probably 3 or 4 different stories would be my guess. I'm gonna go for 4. I'm gonna go on the larger side because Malazan. But so far I am still very on the fence. I'm glad I finally started reading it, but I don't know if I like it. Certainly some things I like. I really like the characters, or potentially like the characters. It's this weird thing where it's like, I like them as intros to the characters, but we never get any deeper into them because we don't have time to do that. So I don't know. It's kind of like, feels like I'm reading the beginning of a fantasy, like the beginning of an epic fantasy over and over again, where it's like confusing and you don't know what's going on because you haven't learned the world yet. But we never get to. I don't know. We will see where it goes, but it definitely seems like the overarching thing is like the gods using people as their puppets, kind of, you know. And that's exciting. I do like that. I love, like, one of my favorite things in epic fantasy is like gods meddling in mortal affairs, but for their own ends. I like it. I think that's the middle school Greek mythology nerd in me. But I'm gonna wrap this up here. If you would like to hear the rest of my thoughts as I read through at least Gardens of the Mood, I'm not promising to do the whole series until I see how I feel about it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you know the next time I have a video out. Like if you're enjoying this, so I am encouraged to continue the series, and drop some thoughts on my thoughts. Please don't spoil anything. I'm not super spoiler averse, but it's just rude. Really, it's just rude. All right, love y'all. Bye.